I'm Tiffany, and I'm the CEO of Poly Labs. We are a wearable tech company, all founded by students from Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. And I just wanted to say that I am frustrated with wearables today. They all basically seem vampiric to me, and that they just feed off of your phone and they don't actually do anything. If they have a screen, you're just getting inundated with notifications. If they track your vitals, then you still are tied to your phone to actually derive any of the value out of these wearables. So we are Poly Labs, and we are providing a new wearable experience designed for professional women that increases their productivity and allows them to focus on the important things in life, free of distractions. We are creating Dingbot, which is the first smart keychain that pairs with your phone to remotely access your apps at the press of a button. So with our mobile companion app, you just Bluetooth pair, and then on the app you choose anything you want it to do, and now up to 100 feet away, you can then do that thing just by pressing your keychain. So you can call an Uber to your location, you can order a pizza, you can GPS navigate, you can text your wife that you're already on the way home, anything that you want to do. So we are pioneering Wearables 2.0 that focuses on execution in the most simplest user interface of all, just a button. This is our founding team. They couldn't be here today because they are sick, but they cover everything from engineering to development, and then as a CEO, I do everything else. And so I'll tell you the story of how we started. We are called Dingbot because we are originally a smart doorbell. That is how many times that we pivoted. So it started over the summer when I was interning at a design agency and our receptionist left. So our CEO challenged us with making a smart doorbell that would help our coworkers route their desks. So we thought this idea might have legs, but we wanted to go out and talk to potential customers to make sure of that. So we went to offices and we found out that they like doing things either the old-fashioned way with people, or if they wanted a software solution, then they'd already spent a lot of money on it. So then we decided to iterate, and we said, well, what if it is just a customer service button that you pay for customer service in a retail outlet? So we talked to Kohl's, and they said, yeah, it's a great idea, we already have that. And then we talked to Bed Bath & Beyond, and they said, that's such a horrible idea, that signals a failure of customer service. And then we talked to Forever 21, and they said, yeah, that sounds great, but good luck dealing with us, it's a long sales cycle. And I said, is that really the lean way to start a business? And we had to be lean because we had no money. We're college students. So that's when we pivoted to Dingbot, the first smart keychain that pairs with your phone to remotely access your apps at the press of a button. So we refocused to do B2C, and our new customer segments were tech enthusiasts, college students, and white-collar professionals. We matched them with value propositions of saving time, finding lost items, and it had to be stupid easy to use. It is a button. And then the ability to do actions when you're disabled or when typically be able to use your phone became a paramount thing. So when you're driving and you're trying to get your GPS going, and then you might get a ticket getting out of the parking lot. Now as you put your keys in the ignition, you just press a button, you're already navigated home. Or maybe you spent too long at the bars, everyone left, you need a ride home, you don't want to mess with your phone. You press a button and Uber comes to your location. You don't even need to turn on your GPS. But we wanted to make sure that we were finding the right customers and solving the right problems for them. So we did a focus group, and that showed us that students are cheap. They liked our product, but they thought our benchmark price of $30 was not very affordable. So that cost us 1 week to validate and $30 because we needed to give pizza to the cheap students. And then we sent out a survey to 300 people, and we found out that professionals loved our product. In fact, when we asked them, what do you think this is worth? They said $45. That's 50% higher than we actually thought our product was worth. So then we changed our features to accommodate them with what they really requested. Students wanted Uber, students wanted playing and pausing my Spotify. Professionals wanted GPS navigation, controlling my smart home, letting my wife know that I am coming home from work eventually. So now today, our working prototype does just that. It navigates you home, it can send customized messages to your spouse or to your friends, as well as launch apps, and it works with the fill-to light bulbs. And so after that, I got accepted into Draper University, which is a 7-week startup accelerator in Silicon Valley that I'm currently in right now. And so I got to work full-time kind of validating this business. And I thought, let's fine-tune it more. Let's provide it as a solution to women. Because when we asked men, how much time do you think this will save you? They said 30 seconds. Women said 5 minutes. So I looked at the wearable market more, And then I saw that the wearable market, people spent $14 billion on wearables just last year. Women's spent $8 billion of that. So they were 58% of this market that's going to be $70 billion in another 10 years, and they were getting ignored. Wearables are being designed by men, for men. You just see how big this watch is on my wrist, while women are the early adopters. So we decided to focus it on them, and we are providing features that give women a sense of security, such as when you're walking through an unsafe neighborhood. One tap, you share your location, hold it down, now you're calling 911 or your emergency contact. So we realized also in our customer discovery, people wanted to do a lot of different things because we're all different. So we found out that we could cut our development time by 100 using a partnership with ifttt.com. They are a website that hosts tens of thousands of ready-made recipes for productivity for people to use. So now we can just be a channel on this website, and the user chooses from their options whatever they want it to do, from tens of thousands. And this would be free for us. So now we've vastly expanded our functionality. But at the end of the day, hardware is difficult. So we're already looking at our hardware manufacturing partners. From talking to Proto Labs, Prototype PCB, and Rex Plastics in Silicon Valley, and as well as Noah Labs in Shenzhen, China, so that we can scale properly, we've been able to ascertain that we can manufacture Dingbot for $9 a unit. When you sell this for $45, that means that we have an 80% healthy gross margin. Our last hurdle is that we know we're going to have about $3,000 in prototyping costs pre-revenue that we're going to need to get over. And that's why we're ascertaining key partners today. And all of that took about a month and no money. So then we thought, we're going to have different customers at different times in our adoption curve. So we need to be able to service them at different channels. So we're going to start by launching on Indiegogo. We already have a marketing manager we're talking to get our base of innovators and buzz. Then we're going to branch out into our early adopters on Amazon.com, and 66% of people said they would most likely buy it there. We want to lead in the retail market with fries because due to being regional, they'll have lower sales and supply requirements. As well as we are already talking to their lead Bluetooth buyer who wants a product sheet. And then for the early majority, we want to sell at phone retailers like AT&T and T-Mobile. We could use their sales associates as evangelists for our product and explaining what the heck a smart keychain is, because they'll do that before we have national awareness, as well as when someone goes to a phone retailer, they're signing up to buy an iPhone for $2,000 in the next 2 years. So $50 is just an impulse buy. And we know we want to really go to Target, targeting those moms and those women who said that that is the place that they want to buy this product. And we're already talking to their innovation department in San Francisco. So we do have competition, but at the end of the day, they validate our market. And they're primarily all in foreign markets. Keynote is in China, Flick is in Finland, Dorothy is a funky accelerometer, so they're not quite a button, and they're in the US. And so really this just helps us because when someone says, what is a smart keychain that I see on Facebook, and they look it up, they can see these products, compare us against them, see that we're better, and then they'll feel better about making that buying decision. But we knew that although we mitigated our market risk and our invention risk, because we do have a working prototype and proof of concept, we still had a lot of customer risk because this is so new. So we created a website, and we now have 35% returning users, as well as of everyone who goes on, 12% try to buy our product to make it look like it's already out. If they click on App Store, we just go, oh sorry, that version's not ready yet. It says it on both of them, but they don't know that. So among that, we have now gotten a bunch of emails of people wanting to try the product, and we have 50 qualified beta testers already ready to go. So I know that at the end of the day, we are pre-revenue, but we have validated our idea with over 500 customers, and we've only spent $30 in 6 months doing that. And each time we listened to our customers, and we iterated when the time was right, and we held true to our brand when it wasn't right. So because of that, I know that we're going to keep going, and that we're going to be one of those unicorn companies, and I'm going to be one of those women in hardware who is going to be able to go to Target and buy their product on the shelf. Thank you.
So I have a question just about the technology. Is it Bluetooth to your phone, or how is it communicating?
Yeah, so I have the app here that I can download with you. This is like our working board, but essentially you Bluetooth pair it with your phone. So you would just like log in, and now I'm logged in. So I'm going to tap it to choose my function. This is just wireframes, by the way, it's not the end product. I'm going to choose Take Me Home, and I go back. And now this is going to simulate a press on it. So there, it started working. You can see now it's turning on my GPS for me because I didn't have that, and now it's taking me home. I live far away. I live 8 hours away, but so that's exactly
is that
how it works.
functionality from IFT, or is that your?
That's us.
Okay.
So I guess I'm a little confused.
Wait, I have a question.
So do I.
Can you hear it? No. Okay, speak up.
So there's one button on this device.
Yes.
So prior to going out, you decide what function you want on that button.
Yeah, so there can
So wait, finish. That kind of sounded like a question. It was part A. But so I'm going out to a bar, and I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to drink. So if I think I'm going to drink a lot, I program for Uber. But if I think I was not going to drink that night, I just program it for GPS. Is that how? I mean, is that basically what you do? You have to pre-select what application you want for that night to program. So it's one app per button per use.
So not exactly. So we want people to not have to use the app a lot because that's our whole point of being focused on the things that matter in life. So you're meant to program it with like what you do on your phone the most. We found almost everyone typically uses just 4 apps, and then you have 2 presses. So you have a short press and you have a long press. It comes hardwired with the long press to be find your phone since everyone has that ubiquitous problem. But if you live a 9-to-5 lifestyle, like a lot of the professionals we're targeting, you can actually put it on a timer function. So you know you're leaving for work around 8:30. That's going to be Philips Hue lights. So as you're leaving your apartment, you turn it, and all of them turn off. And then most guys, they really know what they want for lunch. They want that free topping like combo pizza from Domino's. So around lunch, you can automatically go to press the button. Now you're going to get your pizza in whatever time. And if you typically Uber home because you work in the city, then around 5, it'll automatically switch to Uber. You press the button.
Okay, so you set up your day. You set up your apps by your behavior during the day, and then you have multiple choices each time depending on a long press or a short press.
Yes.
Got it.
Can you use the IFT recipes in unique ways, like if I press the button and my lights are on? Do this versus that, or?
Yeah, one of the beauties of what this button does is it's not just for like quick one-time things that you would do on your app. This can program a stream of things. So if you saw what I had before, it not only navigated me home, it turned my GPS on for me as well. So on IFT, you can choose to do whatever functions you want, and pressing this button will set off that chain reaction. So if you often do something that maybe takes multiple screens to get to, then you're just increasing the value of your use for the product.
So you said something about 911, which intrigued me. So if I am deciding I didn't drink that much and I'm going to be going home, and all of a sudden someone suspicious is coming out, I have not pre-programmed, I expect somebody suspicious to be walking towards me. How do I access that?
Yeah, so if you put a completely separate function that's not even on yours, maybe you're leaving, you're walking through a bad part of town, you would just go back to the app, you would navigate back to choose your action, then you would pick the action. It's designed so that you can even build your own action in just 4 swipes. So picking an action should just take 3. So it shouldn't take a lot of time if you are switching it. But yeah, there will be times when it's not just going to automatically know what you want to do. But for 911, we realize some people might think, maybe I accidentally hold it down, I don't want to call 911. So you can also have it call any contact number. So maybe you want it to call your husband or your friend or your son.
So typically you're pre-programming what it's going to be a button for, right?
Yes, yeah.
So like if you're in a bar, let's say, and you're thinking, I may be walking home, and I may want to take Uber, and I may want to have 911. I might have those 3, and you could do it on one long, one short, maybe 2 longs, let's say, and you would know how to sort through those. So the real value proposition is that you don't have to open your phone to go find these things.
Yes, exactly.
But you do have to go open your phone to find them, to tell the button what you want to use it for.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
with this being if I can get a phone on a plan for $200, do you really think that $45 is a good value for something that does just what we described?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and that's the price that our pre-customers name. I mean, if you think tile is $25, all that does is find your phone, and you have to buy a tile for every single thing that you want to find. This will find your phone and your keys, and it is whatever else you want it to do. So it really just depends how much your time is worth to you. We found that if people who use it a lot, they think that they could save an hour a day. Like we've actually had people be like, wow, that would save me an hour. So would you pay $45 for an hour a day when you're busy?
So my question past that would be, have you done many focus groups where you're picking people like us, you know, like would your mother understand this kind of a thing? Or people who are young and all, just to get various age demographics to find out how well people could actually use this. Because to me, I'm hearing this sound sort of interesting, but very hard to understand for a number of people.
Yeah, I do realize that, and I think part of it is that we have no basis of comparison for Bluetooth smart keychain, and so that is something we're overcoming. That snippet of my website, like up here, that's actually a carousel GIF that moves, so it shows you a different function it does like every second, so you kind of get the idea better. But no, I've had my mom use this, and she has trouble using her DVR, so she can do this.
No, that's exactly what
it's low tech. That's part of the reason, like in general, women tend to not be as tech focused, or if they are tech focused, they don't want a tech-like experience. So we've really tried hard to put that in our design.
So I'm a little confused on your market. I mean, $30 was too much for a student, but $45 was okay for corporate, but you're going to sell through Fry's and maybe Amazon and the AT&T store, and I mean, pick one. So you priced it at $45, right? Mm-hmm. So that means you're going after the corporate market. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yeah, those who have the ability to buy luxury technology.
But the corporate market. So I mean, it seems like you covered everything from students that go to a bar to corporate that uses Uber for his or her limo services, to men and women. But say I'm going to focus on the female market. I think you said that. So it's basically your target market, female executives or females in corporate environments. Is that your target market?
Female, white collar. But at the same time, I made the product so that this is something probably someone like you wouldn't think twice about buying due to its price. But if someone like them thought it was really cool, they could still get it.
But who are you going to market to? I get that. But who are you going to market to? You market differently to a female executive than you do to me.
Yeah, definitely professional women is our target market. It's the first beachhead segment that we're going over to then.
And what do you think the most important 3 apps are going to be in that market?
Yeah, definitely. We've already heard from women calling it Uber, GPS navigation, and then something along the lines of like the location sharing. And find your phone, but everyone loves Find Your Phone. But women like Find Your Phone more than men. Men tend to lose their keys more.
Okay.
So can you have multiple ones of these? You can have 3 on your key ring and they all will sync up with your phone?
Yeah, and they can also pair with any other Bluetooth device. We haven't investigated exactly how that would work if it was like paired with your Bluetooth TV or stereo, but it can pair with anything. You can have multiple.
Why not have it be, and I know you want simplicity, but why not have it be, let's say, 2 buttons where you could scroll through 4 to 5 punches on each button and get 8 to 10 apps where you could really get more access to what you need.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's value in that, but we're starting off, and we want to start off very simple and very gettable. I mean, we already have one person here who said, this is hard to understand. So like this button does that, and that button does this, and they also cycle. I just want to keep it almost like Snapchat, where like now they have Snap Cash and Snap Video and Snap like everything.
Okay.
But they started out with one thing, and that's what we're going to do.
So remind me launch time, what just going forward is?
Yeah, so this summer we are launching. We're going to be doing our beta in June, right before we launch, so we can get the gears turning before, so I'm not waiting for this crowdfunding money. But I'm hoping to get 600,000. That is what Flip got in their campaign, so I definitely know it's attainable, and I actually want to earn a lot more than that. And then for rolling out manufacturing, I'm hoping to get it done.
Thank you so much.